Hey everybody, welcome to the Two Broke Gamers podcast, where two broke gamers talking about games.
Yeah.
Because we can, we're qualified.
Yeah.
Or something.
Yeah. yeah, sure, whatever.
All right. And this guy right here.
I'm Steve.
And I'm Ricky.
What's going on, guys?
What's going on? We're just going to jump right into the podcast this episode number 19. Yeah.
Oh boy. Yeah, oh boy.
Oh boy. We're going to start off before we talk about Smash because, you know, it's kind of mandatory at this point. Bandai Namco is actually teaming up with the National Breast Cancer Foundation this month by offering, special pink mazes in a variety of their iOS games. So, this month is October. It is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So, I thought that was a cool little video game type of way to kind of bring up breast cancer on your show. I mean, we still could anyway, but, we don't have any donations to tell you to donate or whatnot. But I just say go out and donate and, show love to people.
Do it anyway.
Yeah. It's a tough disease. A lot of people are affected and stuff. So, yeah, that I brought that up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I don't know. What are your thoughts about that, Steve? Just different mazes.
Actually, I lost my grandmother to breast cancer. So.
Oh man, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
So, would you do that, or just have some sort of random donation, or what? Or what?
Well, I didn't know her. She died. Well. She died well before I was born.
Hmm.
But it's still like I never had an opportunity to meet her because of it.
Damn cancer.
Damn you, cancer.
Yeah, cancer's a vicious thing, man. Show loves and supports everybody, whether they're a survivor or just someone that that may be dealing with somebody that has breast cancer or any disease at this point. Just support, maybe if you donate if you feel like, if not, just love. Love, man. So back to the regular show, we have Smash Talk.
Oh boy.
Yeah, so Steve and I got the game.
Too much. Oh boy.
Oh boy.
We did get the game,
Yeah.
Because even though we are broke, this was a game that we have to have.
Yeah, definitely. We definitely had to get that. We got it day one. We both got it. Yeah.
So I'm loving this game.
Yeah. How was picking it up was interesting, wasn't it?
It was.
How so?
Because it was we only had the demo at the time, so I was outside playing against some people with the demo, beating their asses because that's they weren't that good, but it didn't matter. There was only me and 6 other people maybe. I was expecting way more, but apparently that wasn't the case.
Mm-hmm.
But it was cool.
I think everybody was at the midnight or 8 o'clock Nintendo World release.
Yeah, probably because I went to the 10 o'clock opening at Best Buy or something.
Yeah.
So got my golden coin. So bang bang.
Golden coin for the win.
Golden coin.
I didn't even take out the little wrapper thing that comes with the coin.
I opened it up once. I looked at it and I was like, nice. And then put it back in with the tissue paper and put it sitting on my desk right now.
Yeah, there you go. So so Smash is as good as we thought. We'll do maybe an impromptu review so far after a week of playing. What do you think about it so far, Steve?
I love it.
Yeah, I love it too.
I'm really good at it too. I thought I was gonna be okay. I thought I was gonna be better, but apparently it's not the case because I am. In fact, it's weird. And for glory, I either dominate somebody or I get destroyed. There's I've only had maybe because I think I've played 80 something matches of For Glory so far, and I'm 40. No, I played more than that. It's probably 90-ish. Because I'm 48 and 39. And out of those games, I think only maybe 10 of them have been close. I've either 2-stocked, 1-stocked because of, he hit me off last second and I respawned and killed him, or I've been absolutely destroyed in the same fashion backwards.
See, I haven't done For Glory mode because I somewhat have a life, so I'm distracted by work. So I haven't played as much as Steve. So I've only played Steve online. And
I've destroyed him every game.
Yeah, every game. It just makes you question life now. It's like, what happened to me in Smash? I used to be good.
No, you just don't have the time to play it like I do.
Yeah.
So you haven't gotten used to the controls and stuff.
I don't know if the controls are for me. I do find the single player mode is great. I mean, I do want to play more than just who I've played, which is Game & Watch and Bowser Jr. and who else did I play? I already forgot my name. Oh, Pac-Man. It was Pac-Man I used first, Game & Watch, and then I liked Bowser Jr. more. So I do want to try to get nice with Duck Hunt Dog because I'm hype about Duck Hunt Dog.
The Duck Hunt Dog, I've been playing the Duck Hunt Dog. I've been sitting here shitting on Duck Hunt Dog, saying it's terrible, it's a mistake, why are they doing it? And I kind of enjoy him. It's actually fun.
Mm-hmm. He has a fun character too. I'm not gonna lie.
The ones that I'm really enjoying, I love Zero Suit Samus in this game.
Yeah,
her kid is so nice. I really enjoyed Lucina and Marth. Like, I've always liked Marth.
Yeah.
And, Lucina's the same thing. So I was like, I like playing the female one better.
There you go.
I like Lucina. I really, it's one of those things that I'm a troll.
Yeah.
But I'm also really good with this character. I love King DDD, man.
I like DDD for a little bit.
I love King DDD.
If I can practice with him a little bit, I think I could dominate because his forward B is amazingly OP. Unless you get it knocked back to you.
The Gordos, but they're so easy to hit back at you though.
Yeah.
He's just so good at. One thing I'm really good at doing with King DD is breaking people's shields.
Yeah.
And because I'm a troll, I'll break your shield, taunt in your face, wind up my smash attack, and just knock you off like you're dead.
I've noticed this too in this game that there's a lot of shield breaking, more so than any of the other games that I've ever noticed.
I really haven't. The only character I've been able to break people's shields with is King DDD. I think I've broken someone with Bowser once, and I've broken someone with Gendor. It's the power characters.
Yeah.
I've never broken anyone's shield with Zero Suit. I've never done it with Fox. I've never been able to break people's shields in this game except for the power characters.
Yeah, I got you. So, I mean, of course, we think the game is good. Like we said, our little review.
But we're also really biased.
Yeah, I know. We love this game anyway.
Yeah, I was going to say this regardless.
So, I know there's a tournament happening this weekend at Nintendo World, the big one that's also being streamed and has big-name stars like Toph and Prague announcing, and also Bill Trennan for Nintendo is going to be there. Are you going to be there?
No.
Why not? You're good.
But I'm not that good. Like I said, I've destroyed people, but I've also been destroyed. Like, if I'm getting wrecked on For Glory mode by just randoms, there's no way I'm going to compete in a tournament.
Yeah, you never know, dude. If I was not working that day, I would definitely have off. And I would even try just to get my bumps and just be like, all right, I can learn from this, in all honesty.
I also don't have time to do it.
Yeah, you do.
I'm not trooping down to the city to go play in a tournament.
Yeah, you can. There's
also gonna be 5 million people there. I'm just like
5 million people could because 5 million people could fit in Nintendo World.
That's exactly it. I want to be stuffed into a little box because Nintendo World literally is a box.
It is, but I mean, it fit enough for Mario Kart tournaments and such, which were real hype. There was a video actually. I'm probably gonna post it this time because I said at some point I was gonna bring it up, and someone had recorded the last grand finals, like the top 16 of that Mario Kart tournament. I was like, oh, that's the one where I lost. Great.
Nice.
Kind of tough for me to watch. And I'm actually in frame the whole time because I'm just trying to watch, but it's just like whatever. But that tournament was actually really hype, and it wasn't that bad as a crowd. I mean, it did have a tournament of 128 people.
Mario Kart's not Smash, though.
Yeah, but that's the thing. I wonder how they're going to limit it, or if there's going to be a double elimination. But knowing Nintendo, it might be a single elimination to try to get people in and out.
And it's going to be like, oh, everyone, you're going to have to play with items on. You're going to play a 2-minute stock match.
I don't think it's going to be items. I doubt it.
Knowing Nintendo, I think it's going to be items, 2-minute stock, like 2 minute, not even stock, just like a 2-minute time
Smash free for all.
Yeah,
I don't know because Mario Kart 8 they had specific rules of you have everybody's standard cart.
No, I read into the rules actually. Rules,
really? There are rules.
There are rules.
Excuse me.
No, I read into the first. It's going to be I think it's 64 people that show up are in the tournament.
Really, 64?
Yeah, first 64 people in the tournament, and then it's going to be like the first, like up until basically Final Four is going to be 2 minute for fun matches.
Really? Yes. I was not aware of that.
Yeah, it's going to be 2 minute for fun matches. And then to go from 4 to 2 is going to be, like for glory, two stock matches. And then the finals is going to be the same thing.
Wow. Yeah, you know what? I really just am surprised by that in all honesty.
Yep.
Oh.
That's another reason. That's why I also don't kind of want to play.
Yeah, I hear you. Well, here's the funny thing, too. I just looked it up on the website, too, while you were talking about it. And apparently you need tickets to be able to play in this tournament.
That's another thing. I ain't got no ticket.
Well, here's the thing. They're going to start distributing tickets October 10th. So by the time you hear this, it's probably passed already. So
yeah.
Distribution of tickets will happen on 10/10, which is Friday.
Yeah, no time to go down there
at 6 p.m. First come, first serve, one per person.
Yep.
And
so I'm not playing in this tournament.
Yeah, that's true. I might as well join a real tournament. Nah, a real fan tournament.
No, yeah, they ever have like local tournaments or something, I'd definitely go to those.
Oh, yeah.
I just I'm not going down to Nintendo World
I'll
to get a ticket and then go back and like to the next day. Like, no, I'm good.
Yeah, definitely want to look some up. We got to attend some tournaments, spread the word.
Yes.
And also show your skills, because apparently I have just none. But at least I can hold my ground. At least that's the thing too. Sometimes I've been able to hold my ground against you.
Can you?
Yeah. I haven't been. I've only gotten like dominated with like lately, because especially like I think it was day 3 after the game was released. We were playing online. I held it down. We were both down to 1 stock. I just couldn't finish it off. That was the thing with me.
I hit you with a reverse Falcon Punch.
Yeah, you did. That was funny.
I caught you with the reverse Falcon Punch.
Wait, that's because you were trolling the whole match. You're just pressing neutral B all the time. Just
no.
B.
I was fighting, and when you got above 80%, I was going for the kill.
Yes,
with the reverse Falcon Punch.
Yeah.
And I caught you once. One time I had to smash up smash you because I was like, all right, I'm not doing this. I'm not sitting here trying to do this. But I caught you with the second one, and then after that, I killed myself on purpose because it's over, I win.
Because I think he played like 20 matches and he won all of them except the last one, which he killed himself. I'm like, really?
I killed myself on purpose because I hit him with the reverse Falcon Punch. I sat there and taunted like 5 times. I was like, you know what? I'm over. And I Falcon kicked into the void.
So now, speaking of online stuff, people have a problem with Little Mac online for Glory.
Oh, stop it! I hate that thing. I hate that thing so much.
You hate that thing? You hate Little Mac? He's a thing now.
He's fun to play, but I swear to God, every time it's one of those things that like when I see I'm going against a Little Mac and for Glory, I'm just like, can I just jump off the side?
Well, people apparently do that now. They just see Little Mac and just jump off. Like, he's apparently that annoying in Smash.
He is. He's just so annoying to play against.
Well, I mean, I use Little Mac for like Smash Rush or like the Smash the hell is it? The Smash Run? Yeah, not the Smash Run, the other Smash thing, the competition. What the hell is it called? You have to smash out like the Million Man Smash, 100-Man Smash.
Oh yeah.
Whatever the hell that's called.
Multi-man Smash.
There you go, Multi-Man Smash. I use him for that, and he's freaking amazing for that. Like, I love him for that, and I use him for the trophy game. But as far as like as a regular character, he's too quick for me to try to control. Like, I don't know, I don't really like him. Like, I probably could get nice with him, but I just don't feel. But the thing is, I really like air battles. I really like being able to recover.
That's my thing about. That's one of the reasons why I don't like playing him is because of he has no air game. He has these little like, punches.
Like once you're knocked off the stage, like there's no reason to recover. Like where every other character in the game, you have great recovery. Like no matter what. Like whether you're
it's about the side B.
Yeah, well, it's about the side B. It's about the up B. It's about just floating in the air, just jumping. I mean, you can recover with anybody like really well.
No, with Little Mac, it's about the side B though.
Yeah, but that's it. But other than that, you're not gonna make it a lot of the time.
But on the ground, he's just so annoying. He's so strong. He's a counter. Like, why does he have a counter? Like, if he didn't have a counter, he'd be so much easier to deal with. But he has that counter too. It's just like, stop.
Yeah, and then another thing is like videos, of course, are coming out. I mean, videos have been coming out for a while for Smash Bros. But this one video was intriguing to both of us because somebody actually played Level 9 Classic Mode on Ganondorf, played the final boss, which, spoiler alert, is Master Core, and took no damage between all the transformations of the Master Hands to Master Core.
Yeah, that was impressive. I was like, wow, this guy's really good at timing that shield.
Yeah, exactly. Now, as far as how much it sold, worldwide, 2.8 million copies sold.
$1
million.
It's a lot.
Yeah, worldwide though. So I mean, I know it sold 1 million in Japan and probably like 1 million plus outside. So there's probably more though, especially if we got to consider that. But I don't know, man. That's a good number. It's not like comparable to a lot of other consoles where like millions get sold per like weekend. But it's Smash Bros. 3DS.
Yeah, I still like the number.
I do too.
It's probably the highest selling thing on the DS.
Well, not really. I think the Pokemon's still up there.
Well, yeah, but besides that.
Yeah. So some minor things I did want to talk about Smash Bros. And the 3DS. There's a ton of people that are still modding the 3DS to play Smash Bros. With the GameCube controller, which is kind of like cool, I guess. We talked about it when it was being modded for even before Smash Bros. Came out in Japan. And now a few people have actually gotten it to a point where, they've got instructions. They got instructions for the 3DS, like XL and the regular 3DS to use it.
Yeah, that's cool and all. I'll just wait until, it comes out on the Wii U to play with the GameCube controller.
Yeah, I don't know. I was actually kind of considering it. I don't know, though.
No. I'm not going to go through the effort to do that.
Yeah.
To, like, unscrew things and put chips in your... Yeah, I don't want to break my 3DS things, just in case.
Yeah, that's I don't know. I would do it, but on a 3DS, that's like an extra 3DS maybe. I don't know. Another thing that from Smash itself, which I do love, is the fact that some of the things that it says about trophies and such, which one of them made me laugh. It was about Samus. Because the description talks about most think Samus, they think of wearing the Varia suit. This is that, blah blah blah. This is the Samus Varia suit. And here's the ending though that I love. In a feature quite unique to the Metroid series, it lets her morph into a ball instead of having to crawl. Which, if you don't know what this reference is to, which Nintendo's watching, man.
They are.
They are.
Nintendo's a bunch of trolls.
Yeah, I know, because there was a person last year, and I do remember this, which I actually saw it in person when I was when Super Metroid came out for the SNES on the Virtual Console on the Wii U. And on the Miiverse, this person posted a picture of Samus like in front of this little cave that you're gonna have to roll into a ball and whatever. And it made articles and made some headlines around like the blogospheres and the gaming sites and whatnot. And basically it was because someone had posted a picture of Samus there and it said, "Why can't Metroid crawl?" Which is kind of sad and kind of funny in some way, because it's just like, yo, do kids nowadays really need explanations for everything? You can't just press buttons and see what they do anymore? Like, what happened there? God. And just the fact that Nintendo actually shouted out that moment was actually pretty
That's very
cool.
Funny.
Yeah,
pretty funny.
Nintendo's watching, man. Some other interesting thing about a trophy though that made me kind of chuckle too, which contains everything in the Mario universe, I guess you can say. The 1-Up mushroom. It says like eating one of these gives you an extra life. That's right, a whole extra version of you. But it does make you wonder, is getting a 1-Up mushroom and making more copies of yourself the real goal of any adventure? You can just imagine a bunch of Marios getting together to discuss it. So it's like mushrooms are cloning now? Like this is a new revelation in the Mario series, apparently.
Guess so.
Just a bunch of dead Marios somewhere. Just a mass
bunch of dead Marios.
Just a mass grave of other Marios. Like, oh my god, how morbid is that?
I never ever thought of it like that.
Oh, but then again, too, there are a bunch of like clone Marios walking around. Like, oh hey, what are you doing, dude? I'm trying to save princess.
What up? It's your turn.
No, I don't like that adventure. That level looks kind of hot.
Yeah, that little that dinosaur guy at the end. Yeah, I don't want to face that guy.
Or even like the other characters. Because remember, everybody has basically been a playable character. So there's extra Toads and extra Princess Peaches, extra Luigis, extra Rosalinas.
Wow. Just a whole bunch of dead Mario.
Yes, I bought it there.
That was interesting.
Sticking towards, like, I guess the Miiverse, when we talked about that for a little bit, though, before we get back to a little bit of Smash Bros. Because Sakurai did talk about that now on the Miiverse, now that the 3DS version is out, that he'll only post hidden elements of Smash Bros. On the Miiverse. So now it's like, game's out, now you're going to learn about, like, stuff within the game, which I don't know if there's anything hidden left in the game, because I think a lot of the pros and a lot of these people that have been no-lifing playing Smash Bros. All this week probably figured out just about everything.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, just to a point where people found the hidden announcer voice clips within the ROM. Because, the ROM, like I talked about, has already been like out there on the internet, and people have been searching through it and everything, finding images and such. And somebody found the announcer saying things. Like, we could probably find the clip. I didn't want to play it because, like, we didn't plan this out because we had some outside interferences and such.
Yeah.
But, it was basically the announcer saying boss battles, tourney, maybe I should do the voice, yellow team, event match, grab the coins, special smash, the champion is 8-player smash, and choose a me are like, some of the voice things.
Interesting. Yellow team, huh?
Yeah. Well, you know what it is? Some people are guessing that it's most likely either stuff that was cut or stuff that's left over from the Wii U version, because, they basically made the game at the same time.
Yeah.
And they just kind of left some things in, so they think maybe those things will appear in the Wii U version.
Well, I'm trying to think of why they would have had boss battles without subspace or like a story mode or something, because there's no bosses.
That's true.
unless there's no bosses in this game that you would have, been able to do a boss battle with, unless you had a story mode.
Unless Sakurai's lying. He's just like, you know what? I did the ultimate troll. I made you think there wasn't even a main part of the game. Now there is. Boom.
That yellow team, though.
Yeah.
They have green, blue, and red, man. I would have liked the yellow team.
Yellow team sounds interesting. Now, what else is there? One more thing about, let me see, one more thing about Smash Bros. 3DS that may or may not have been cut. Which most likely did get cut. There's a trophy from a character I'm not familiar with because I'm not familiar with the series.
Fire Emblem, I am.
Yeah.
Tharja.
Tharja.
The waifu, man, the ultimate waifu.
Now, apparently, you remember the leaks that we've talked about, which was basically 100% accurate at this point? We all know it at this point.
Yeah.
There was some screenshots of trophies. I remember seeing some of some of the females, and I forget most of them are, but one of them actually is like a highlight because she's not in there because people have already got all the trophies from the Japanese version mainly, but people have tried to look for Tharja, and apparently she was removed from the Smash Bros.
That
game.
upsets me.
Well, and people are guessing and rumoring that she was most likely removed because of her sex appeal apparently, and they wanted to keep that game rating at E10 versus teen. So most likely she may, because in all honesty, the Wii U version is probably going to rate a teen. Like there's no,
probably.
Like I think every other version except for 64 has been rated teen. So I think they're just, they kind of keep that E10 rating because there's majority of people who own a 3DS are kids. Some are adults too, but there's a rumor that it's possibly the fact that Tarja's been removed because of that.
Well, she's been a character who's had some controversy in the past. She's been censored before, so it's not like this is anything new.
There was some sort of DLC from our Fire Emblem.
Right, in the Fire Emblem Awakening, they had a beach level where if you talked to Anna as, Chrom, Gaius, Cordelia, or Tharja, you had a scene where it was like a little picture of them in like a bathing suit, and it had a nice little like cutscene, like a whole like description and everything. And so in the Japanese version, it was just pretty much a picture of Tharja's ass and a bikini. Whereas when it came to America, when the DLC got to America, it had to have a little bit of censorship, and they kind of put a towel over it. So she's had some controversy in the past.
Yeah, so I guess now she's completely cut out of a game, but maybe brought back for the Wii U version.
Maybe.
And speaking of the Wii U version, we'll get into some details on what we think is going to be in it, but it's got a date.
It does.
Yeah.
November 21st.
Which people have guessed, people have assumed, people have been leaked, even stores have accidentally leaked it, everything. And, now it's official. November 21st in the US, in Europe, December 5th, and in Japan, December 6th. Which means
it's weird that Japan's getting it last.
Yeah, which is odd. It comes to a point that now, so it's a weird reversal where North America got it basically a month after Japan for the 3DS version, and now North America's getting the Wii U version first, which is like, whoa, interesting.
Sakurai, I guess, maybe he doesn't hate us.
Yeah, no. Either that, or it's just maybe the install base. Because there's a lot, I believe there's a lot more 3DSs sold in Japan than a lot of the other countries, or a lot of other territories that Nintendo's in.
So you're trying to say there's more Wii U's in America?
Most likely.
I don't think there's too many Wii U's anywhere.
But, well, you know what it is, too? They're probably going to make a lot of their money from North America because of all the Smash fans that are out here that would get that.
That's true.
So, and that's the thing. They did announce that, but there's no announcement of a bundle yet.
That's why I'm waiting for, because I don't have a Wii U.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm waiting for the bundle that comes with a Super Edition, special Super Smash Brothers Wii U with an adapter, 2 controllers, not 1, 2 controllers, and the game.
Yeah. And in all honesty, I don't know, like, I do like that, they announced it, they have everything, but I was thinking back of when Mario Kart 8 was announced, and they did announce at least a month before that there was going to be a bundle for Mario Kart. Like right now, we just got the announcement that Smash
and we're not a month yet.
Yeah,
we've got 2 weeks until we hit a month.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. Do you think they would announce it that quickly? I mean, hell, they just announced that. I mean, you think they really want to make money off the game and the adapters and the controllers before they release a console?
Well, I think that releasing a console on the release day of the game is a smart idea, no?
I think so.
Yeah.
I mean, it would sell a lot more, especially because I feel like there's not a lot of people who own a Wii U that would want to play Smash Bros. I mean, and I think there's an audience that wants that. And if you don't do that, then that's kind of messed up. You got to pay people like extra. I mean, people got to put down extra money, and they have to buy like separate things, bring them all home at once. Why not just one handy box?
Exactly. Just give me one gigantic box, and I'll be all right.
Yeah. So they also announced that. They announced the GameCube controller in Japan is going to be white, just kind of like how it is right now. GameCube controllers are still being sold in Japan. I got one version, actually. I got the white controller.
Yeah, and they're white.
Yeah, and it's really awesome, though. It's really cool. I haven't tried it myself. I looked at it.
Whereas the ones that North America and I'm pretty sure Europe and all that, we're getting black ones.
Yeah, and that's the thing, too. Yeah, now these newer ones are not just the plain white ones that they've been selling before. They have the Smash logo on it. It doesn't say GameCube, it's Smash.
Yeah.
So, everybody else in the world's getting the black controllers. The Japan's getting the white controller. It looks nice, but I don't know. I'd rather have the Smash logo. Like, I don't care. I just have a controller. I have the adapter. I don't care.
As long as it works.
Exactly. Now, funny thing is, Nintendo UK actually had spoke about the adapter and the controller, and they had talked about how the adapter is going to work for multiple games, like Mario Kart 8 and the Wind Waker HD and all these other games. It's going to work for multiple games. And then they had to retract that statement. So they actually had to verify this. Okay, here's a quote from the Nintendo, the UK online store, because they had to, rectify the situation because people were going crazy. Like, oh my gosh, we can play this. We can do this now. So here's a quote. The GameCube controller adapter for Wii U is compatible with Wii U and Smash Bros. For Wii U specifically. It is not compatible with any other Wii U software. The adapter is also not compatible with the Wii, and we apologize for any confusion.
That's stupid. That's stupid. That's my thought on this.
And honestly,
that's my thought on this. It's stupid.
No, that's my thought.
Like crap.
I think it is too, because it's almost reminiscent of the Circle Pad Pro for the 3DS. It's like it's used for like one game and maybe two or other games, but then why release something like that and just have it limited to one thing?
I mean, probably because with Wind Waker HD and Mario Kart, they're already out. You have to go back and go back into the code.
Yeah, there probably is a lot of code to change, probably. Yeah.
Whereas Smash, it's like, well, we're just, we made it for the game.
Yeah.
Maybe it might be available for future releases.
Who knows? Hopefully Nintendo puts the money down on that, because I don't know. I feel like Wind Waker HD could be very reminiscent and very cool with the GameCube controller. I don't feel like Mario Kart really needs it. Maybe it's one more controller option, but I really don't think it needs it. Unless maybe there was some sort of lag that they corrected with the the wireless controller in Mario Kart 8 that makes it seem so smooth. But if you have the GameCube, maybe it changes the code around a little bit in the game. I don't know. Maybe. But I mean, plus maybe it will come out. I have a feeling that maybe it will, because I mean, there's gonna be a lot more DLC coming out for Mario Kart 8 anyway. I mean, there's some coming next month anyway.
We shall see.
Also announced was the Amiibos. They're also coming out the same day as Smash Bros. Wii U in North America. But not in the rest of the world. Apparently, Europe is getting it the 28th, but it's funny because Smash Bros. Wii U doesn't come out in Europe until the December 5th. So,
yeah.
So
get your Amiibo first.
Now, and here's the thing I want to talk about Amiibos, because Amiibos, people are kind of commenting on them, and they're like, are they really going to be worth buying? Because they're priced at $13.99 each.
$12.99, I thought.
$12.99, $13. That's how I thought it. Sorry. So yeah, $12.99. It's I don't know if it's worth getting a bunch of them, because they did announce that they're gonna release it for the entire roster of Smash Bros. So, and they have the starting lineup soon. I guess you could call it the starting lineup, but the first wave of Amiibos. And I don't know. I mean, I don't see myself maybe I see myself maybe buying one, but I don't know.
I might get ones for the characters that I'm good at, that I like playing. Like, I'll get like a King DDD one.
Yeah.
I'll get I definitely want a Zero Suit Samus one.
Yeah, which I don't think it's released yet.
Right, they're not actually. I do not see any plans at the moment for Zero Suit or King DDD for that matter.
Well, they are. It's just
they're right, just not yet. Like they're not in the first or second wave.
Mm-hmm.
No, the only character I'm really interested in the first two waves is Marth.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not really. I don't like Mario. I don't like Donkey Kong. I don't really like Link.
Yeah, I mean. Oh, man. I mean, I'm thinking about maybe buying a character. I mean, of course I would buy, Mr. Game & Watch.
Right, but it's I like some of the characters. I just don't play them enough in Smash. Like, I like Captain Falcon, but he's set for second wave, but I don't like him enough to go and buy his Amiibo figure for $13. I'm the ones I really want to buy are like Zero Suit, King DDD, Ness, maybe Lucina, Marth. There's not too many characters that I would really just buy this Amiibo for.
Yeah, like let's talk about the waves. So the first wave you talked about before, let's give a refresher. Mario, Link, Samus, Kirby, Fox, Donkey Kong, Pikachu, Peach, Marth, Yoshi, Villager, and Wii Fit Trainer are going to be available in November when the game's released.
Yeah.
December is going to be much less characters, but it's going to be Diddy Kong, Zelda, Luigi, as Steve mentioned, Captain Falcon, Pit, and Little Mac. And I mean, I don't know if I'd buy them. I don't know. I mean, it's maybe just to have cool characters to own, but then I don't know. I feel like the Amiibos might sell more so because there's cool characters to own versus buying it for the Wii U or 3DS, in all honesty.
Yeah. I heard two names there that I liked.
Yeah.
Fox and Marth.
Mm-hmm.
Fox and Martha, that's it.
Yeah, I might maybe get a Yoshi, but I already have a cool Yoshi figurine of my own. And I really
it's not
like
even
Yoshi.
for the figurine. It's more like, because I'm thinking it as characters that I play that you transfer data and stuff between them. You train it up and you can fight Amiibos versus other Amiibos and stuff. I only use I use Marth and I use Fox, but like I don't know, out of those characters that were named, I don't really use the other ones.
Mm-hmm.
So as of right now, I've got 2.
Yeah, I don't have
maybe
anything
even
yet.
maybe even because I don't even know if I would buy one or the other.
Hmm.
So until they get better ones, I'm gooch.
Yeah, that's the way I see it too. And one last thing, we talk about Sakurai, and he talks about how they of course he does his Famitsu articles, and Sakurai talked about another fan question. He took some fan questions again. How were characters selected to be in Smash Bros? Now this was a little bit of interesting. He said we conduct a character popularity poll, which is like, where? I would have voted.
Yeah, right.
Both domestically and internationally. We also research games that are currently being developed. After that, it's pretty much up to us with a touch of convenience. So he goes on to say that there are a lot of things to take into account when deciding characters. Does the character have an inherently unique, is there something unique about them? Can that be used to make Smash Bros. Interesting? Is the character a representative character for the source material, that is? Do they conflict with all the other characters? And was there anything about them that stood out when we began development? As for those that make referencing the ones that don't make it, he said characters from the series that have no future are rarely chosen. Also, fighters that switch models are a different matter. So that's an interesting take off that.
Yeah.
I mean, but then again, too, I mean, what does that mean for Ness?
What do you mean?
Well, if characters that really have a future, I mean, Ness has been in Smash Bros. Since Melee, and I think Mother 3 only came out maybe slightly before or after Melee.
Yeah.
And there hasn't been, and there's been Brawl, and there's been 3DS and Wii U, and the only thing you got in between from another, like Earthbound was, or Mother or Earthbound series was the fact that Earthbound was re-released.
At this point, Ness is like an iconic veteran in Smash.
Yeah, but then future in gaming. I mean, look at Captain Falcon. We haven't had a new F-Zero game since GameCube.
But it's Captain Falcon. Like that's what that Smash is their future of gaming.
Yeah,
Smash is their future.
but they're supposed to represent.
It doesn't matter. Yeah, they okay. So Ness represents Earthbound, and Captain Falcon represents F-Zero.
So what does that mean about Duck Hunt Dog then?
When's the last time they had a Duck Hunt game? Okay,
1985.
Okay, so there you go.
So is there going to be another Duck Hunt game then?
No.
Technically, there is in the Wii Play. If somebody's ever played that, they kind of have a Duck Hunt kind of thing going on there. But yeah, no, I mean, what does that mean about that? I mean, you're going to talk about the future of some of the characters. Duck Hunt Dog really shines out there because it's like, yeah, who the hell's that? I think there's a lot of people who are young don't even know what the hell Duck Hunt is.
What is Duck Hunt? Yeah, no. Also, you have Greninja in there. When they did this character casting, Greninja wasn't even a thing yet.
Yeah, that's true. They didn't even expect him to be that big of a character, so they didn't even know what the hell to expect. They just kind of picked him and like, oh, well, we didn't think.
Well, they picked him because he's a ninja, man.
Yeah.
And then he ended up being the most popular Pokemon from X and Y, and they're like, well, I bet you're like, thank God that worked out.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, he's great in X and Y.
Yes. Now, yes. Now, that's it for our Smash talk. I think that we can end it on that. Yeah.
Damn.
So Nintendo news, because we've been talking about Nintendo. I talked away from the mic from that. Sorry. We talked about Nintendo. So not only was Smash Bros. Given a release date, Captain Toad, the treasure tracker, has also been released. Announced the release date, December 5th in North America.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I know. It's like,
oh, okay.
Because that's basically what it was. That's basically what it was. It was basically everything was announced the same day. It was like Smash Bros. December 21st. Oh, and Toad.
And Captain Toad.
And Captain
yeah,
Toad
that guy, that thing over there.
Yeah, and that's weird for me because I never remember Nintendo releasing that many games in December. So I know last year they didn't release a game in December. Everything was like Mario 3D World and Link Between Worlds was just basically that was it.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, I don't remember them doing that. So Captain Toad, I don't know, maybe they're taking a risk. Maybe hopefully it will be a big seller. But they did talk about the Amiibos because yes, Amiibos will also be used for Captain Toad, and that won't be released until next year.
Okay.
So something else that happened this week too, the 3DS got an update, a major update with themes.
Themes, man.
So I remember I was playing Smash, I think it was Monday or Tuesday when I got like a notification. It's like update, and it's like, oh, okay, I'll update real quick. I didn't even know what it was because I didn't really like pay attention that day to like gaming news. So I updated it, and I was like, oh, okay, it's probably a simple update. It takes like 5 seconds, like the normal updates that like the 3DS has. It takes like 5 seconds. It's like, oh, okay, here we go. That's your update. But this update was slightly different because they introduced themes. Now, the themes that they give you by default are awful.
Yeah, they're just like colors.
They're just colors, which I mean is nice. I have a nice blue one on my 3DS.
I use the red one because it goes with my red 3DS.
Yeah, but I mean the other themes, you have to pay about like $2 per theme, which
some of them are $1.
Yeah, some of them $1, some of them $2, and
they're just not that enticing.
Yeah, I mean I saw them, I'm just like, eh.
Yeah, just eh. Like the Yoshi one, it's like okay, yeah, I like Yoshi, but the theme is just eh.
There's the Retro Mario one, which I would have liked, but I'm just like, I don't know. Because here's the thing, too. You know how the 3DS has, like, well, I mean, you know, maybe a lot of other people who don't own the 3DS know, but you know, there's a constant little music being played in the 3DS. It's kind of like this kind of background music. You don't really notice it. But in some of the themes, there's background music that's noticeable. Like the Retro Mario one has the Mario theme playing in the background the entire time. And then there's a Mario sprite that runs on the games if you have like a single plane of the games on the lower level, like on the lower screen, I mean to say. So when you're like scrolling through the games, like Mario walks, like the old school 8-bit NES Mario walks, and it's cool. But I don't know, it's not enough for me to spend $2 on.
Yeah.
And in all honesty, I feel like I mean, it basically is what Sony did with the PS3 themes and the PSP themes and the PS Vita themes. It's the same concept, except it's not customizable and they're not free. Like, in all honesty, I would love to have made my own themes, and it would have been better for me, in all honesty.
I don't know how I would have made a theme.
I used to make themes for PSP and for and PS3, but like, I mean, I feel like I would benefit more so because I use the 3DS a lot more nowadays. I would love to do that, but
I have to see if they come out with any better ones.
Well, there's supposed to be more coming out, like more Zelda theme, more Yoshi, Animal Crossing type thing, because I think they're also matching all the themes that come with the new 3DS, which is probably why they updated that theme section. So, and they also maneuver around a little bit the top menu and such on the 3DS, but it's an okay update, not the greatest.
It has potential to be better though.
It does, hopefully, and if they allow me to do custom, I'll be okay with that.
That'd be pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. Now, you know, Monster Hunter 4G is coming out for the new 3DS, and apparently there's a new Samus skin in Metroid.
Cool.
Yeah,
cool. It's Zero and regular. I saw them.
Yeah, so that's pretty awesome. I think it's a nice little mention to do that. It'll be there. It's a DLC. It'll be available from download from December 17th to the January 28th. For members of 7-Eleven's free Wi-Fi 7 spot. So if you're interested in that, you got to go to 7-Eleven and do that. And that's the thing, too. It's pretty cool that, I mean, Nintendo discussed it, like, I believe this past E3 it was, that they were going to license their characters for other games. I mean, look what they did for Bayonetta. Look what they're doing for Monster Hunter. They're putting their characters out there right now.
Pretty cool.
I guess, but, I mean, well, what about the new games? I don't know. I feel like this is a start. I don't know where it's going to go.
I like Easter egg stuff like this.
Mm-hmm. Like the cool. Like the Bayonetta Star Fox thing.
Like
that's pretty cool.
The whole R-Wing thing is pretty awesome.
Yeah. Speaking of games, there's Ubisoft had commented on why Assassin's Creed Unity is not going to be released on the Wii U. We also have to talk about Assassin's Creed Unity later when we talk about the other two consoles, because some controversy was started by Ubisoft there.
Oh.
Yeah. So they talked about how Assassin's Creed it just couldn't be handled on the Wii U. So so this is their quote. I mean, this is why from the beginning this is going to be a new gen title only, because the crowds aren't aesthetic; they actually have an impact. If we did anything to hinder that or to reduce it, it would have a detrimental impact. It wouldn't be the same experience. And they're talking about how if it had to reduce the graphics and such to do that, which I don't know. I mean, as far as graphics wise and such, and we'll talk about that more a little bit later too, it doesn't really matter about the graphics. It matters more so about gameplay. Yeah. I mean, even if people are playing this version on the PC and they don't have like the most like beefed up PC, they're gonna play in the lowest res and still enjoy the game if the game's that good. And I'm just saying.
Yeah, I guess they had to have a certain minimum quality.
Yeah.
I guess the Wii U just didn't have that minimum.
A couple of last things for Nintendo. Kind of a follow-up to Metroid-themed games. There was a game that's being worked on for Sony by one of a former employee of Nintendo that's being worked on for Sony, which is basically a Metroid clone. Now, but there's another one called Zeo Drifter, which is a Nintendo indie game that's coming out, which looks exactly just like Metroid 2, and it's just like, Nintendo, what are you doing? Just give us a Metroid. Come on.
Yeah, just make us a new one, please.
I mean, come on now. I mean, I'm not a fan of Metroid. I actually never played the game. I think I might have played the first one.
I like Metroid.
But, I mean, if you're going to start teasing people with this, I mean, you might as well. And talking about the future of games, I mean, look at Samus. I mean, there's not much of a future with all the games that have been released under the Metroid name.
The first Metroid Prime for GameCube was not bad.
It's just other M.
No, well, it's just like then Metroid Prime 2 was not the greatest. And Echoes was not that great either. I actually did not like Echoes. But Other M was a massive disappointment.
It looked good. Not gonna lie.
It looked great. And the first couple levels weren't too bad. But just like, you get to a certain point, you're just like, nah. Nah.
Nintendo was shutting down another magazine. I remember when this impacted me when Nintendo Power shut down a year or so ago, because that was sad, man. Or a couple of years ago, actually. I think it was more than 2 years.
Yeah, it was a while ago. Actually.
Yeah. And I remember just how sad it was, because I remember as a kid having Nintendo Power. Like, it was such an awesome thing. You were like the cool kid at school bringing Nintendo Power there, because that had the latest news. And this was before the internet went big.
All your gaming news, Nintendo Power.
Yeah, we learned about the Nintendo 64 there, E3, and then IGN happened, and then, Game Stages with all your, cheat codes and stuff happened, and then nobody stopped. I mean, gaming magazines were kind of on a decline even from then, and, to see some magazines shut down over the years was kind of sad, but then it was more so impactful for me for Nintendo Power, because that was, like, really, like, the magazine that I had, and I had a collection of them. My parents maybe throw them out, though, but still, I still had quite the collection. I had at least... almost like from, I think it was 93, from like all the way till like 99, I think, from those magazines.
I like
collection.
The posters, man.
The posters were amazing, dude.
Posters were great. Even then, even if it was just like a full page picture of the game, you were like, that's cool.
That was awesome.
Like, I just liked hanging up stuff around my room.
And not only that, they had maps, the maps of the stages of the world. Like, they had the whole issue of Mario 3. I remember like my dad getting a back issue of that just for me to just have Mario 3 to try to figure out that game. That was pretty awesome. And that was back then when the maps were hand-drawn. Like, they didn't actually take the actual screenshots from the game like they do nowadays, if it's a side-scroller, that is. They actually hand-drew these maps for you to say, okay, here's the 1-up, here's a hidden thing here. No, that was hand-drawn back in the day. Crazy. But going to the magazine, the official Nintendo magazine in the UK will be shut down on November 11th. So... that's such short notice, because comparing that to Nintendo Power, at least, Nintendo gave Nintendo Power some time to die. Like, this one's like, all right, that's it. Dead.
Yeah, next month it's it. Peace.
Yep. Which is sad for them, because, a bunch of writers going to be losing their jobs. Hopefully they'll get other jobs other places, but there'll be other publications of gaming, or at least gaming websites, or blogs. Maybe they'll start their own blogs. Yeah. But I do wish all of them the best of luck. And another sad thing before we move on.
Before we retire? Damn, I'm only 24.
Yeah, we're retiring after the show. That's it, guys. No, but we kind of already spoiled the next story. But no, another like thing about moving on and such. Story for Nintendo. Satoru Okada, who's worked on Nintendo. He's worked on Nintendo for years. He's worked on games like his Mario Land, Kid Icarus, Metroid. He is retiring now. He's done a lot. He's also worked on the Game Boy, Game Boy Advance, Game Boy Advance SP, and the original DS.
Well, have yourself a nice retirement.
Hell yeah.
You've earned it.
After all these years, hell yeah. All right, moving on to Sony news. Some indie guys are making a game called Neotopia, which is basically almost exactly what the PlayStation Home was, where you have your your avatars walking around and
talking about Sony stuffs.
Yeah, basically. Because if you guys don't know, the Sony PlayStation Home is shutting down as of next year, and a lot of its features are getting killed off slowly this year. And so, I mean, why not make a clone of it and people will enjoy it no matter what? Which I don't.
How many people actually enjoyed it?
I don't know, dude. Like I said, I've only played it once, and then I never played it again. Another news. This relates to Kingdom Hearts 3. It's strange because there's a major change in Kingdom Hearts 3. It was being developed under the Luminous engine, which has been used for Final Fantasy 15, I believe. It's still being used for that and other Final Fantasy games.
Yeah.
Now they decided to say, screw all that. It's just going to be Unreal Engine 4.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess it's a better engine. Maybe that's their... Maybe it's not. I don't know. But I feel like I trust their judgment.
They
make video games, not me. So I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it's just wait and see. I really don't know how this impacts it that much. It's kind of like, well, just make the game. People will wait in years for Kingdom Hearts 3. Just whatever, man. However you can release it.
We will find out if it's better.
Mm-hmm. PlayStation Now, the streaming service from Sony, is having open beta, and it's coming to the Sony PlayStation TV and the PlayStation Vita on October 14th. So if some of y'all have that, check it out, I guess. If
check
you
it out.
Check
it out, guys.
Yeah, especially if you're into overpriced streamings.
Oh yeah, then don't check it out.
Yeah, I know.
But if you want to use it, use it. If you don't, whatever. Yeah. I'm not influencing you either way or another. I don't get paid.
Yeah, it doesn't matter to us. We just announced it.
I'm just telling you, it's news, man.
Yeah, exactly. News, man. We're going to go on to Microsoft. One of the big things that they want to talk about is the sales from China. Xbox One sales in China, 100,000.
Damn.
And it's been in its first week of sales. So, yeah, that's pretty good, I believe.
I'd say so.
Yeah, I mean, especially around the rest of Asia where it's like bombing in Japan and nobody bought it in South Korea, but China loves it.
That's good. Their console ban liftage is it's over, so they're enjoying the spoils of war, man.
Oh yeah. So especially yeah, you're right. I mean, they don't have to deal with a gray market anymore with consoles. They could actually buy it now.
Yeah, they can buy it straight out.
I just don't know how it compares, but I mean, I still think it's a good number no matter what. We'll still follow up and see where that goes. Whether the number is gonna rise, if it's gonna fall,
or if it just stays there, like
okay,
whatever.
Like, or it's gonna act like Japan and just like start taking a nosedive from there. Who knows? But I mean, the thing is too. I mean, it's tough selling a console to a gaming area, or like especially in China where they're all about PC gaming, whether it be like games like League of Legends and all those other strategy games, and then those other type of like click and point games, point and click games.
Yeah.
So yeah. Talking about Halo 5. Agent Loki will be the primary character of Halo 5 Guardians. It will not be Master Chief.
Chief is just going to be a side character, guys.
Or it may not be. The guy who played him, the actor, said, yeah, I'm a playable character in Halo 5. Once Halo, the Master Chief Collection is released, and then Halo 5 shortly comes out thereafter, you're basically going to be playing a game with me as a primary character. I have some cool weaponry and some cool abilities, because by that time I'll be a Spartan 4.
Ooh.
So, I don't know, maybe Master Chief's not going to be in the spotlight this time.
Maybe he will, and Loki's just like a second main character.
Yeah, who knows?
I feel like you can't, I don't know, having a Halo game without Chief, this doesn't sound right, man.
And also, speaking of the Halo Master Chief Collection, there's a Halo Master Chief Collection white Xbox One bundle that was revealed. There's no plans for a U.S. release right now. So far, it's been shown off in Brazil.
Brazil?
Yeah, no, out of all places.
Okay.
Which is, it's super overpriced in Brazil right now. The bundle's going to be about $840 US.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, Brazil got it kind of bad.
No joke.
Yeah, seriously.
I mean, you know how much I like my alternate color consoles. But
yeah.
Jeez, I wouldn't pay $800 for it.
You want to go on eBay and do it?
No.
Now, we want to talk about both consoles. Last gen, this gen, every gen consoles. We did talk about Assassin's Creed Unity. Apparently Ubisoft had talked about how that Assassin's Creed Unity will have the same specs on the Xbox One and the PS4 in order to avoid debate.
Now, we had a little bit of a disagreement on this.
Because I feel like, you got to have the best resolution on one system than the other. You have to have the best of both systems. If you can't do better on one than the other, then don't make them even. I mean, what's the selling point then? Why not just have one console then, or just play on PC? What's the point of releasing the same exact game looking the same exact way?
You don't want your fans to be butthurt. You don't want the ones on the Xbox being like, so what, PlayStation 4 has better graphics than us? You shouldn't give them better graphics.
Yeah, but I mean, it's known that the PS4 is better.
You should have bought a PS4.
Yeah,
but I'm just saying, like, it makes sense because then you'd have to be making almost two different games almost.
Yeah, but they did have the comment on it because apparently this is like a kind of a misinterpretation. But here is their Ubisoft's official statement on the matter. We understand how senior producer Vincent Pointbrand's quotes may have been misinterpreted. To set the record straight, we did not lower the specs for Assassin's Creed Unity to account for any one system over the other. Assassin's Creed Unity has been engineered from the ground up for next-generation consoles. Over the past 4 years, we have created Assassin's Creed Unity to attain the tremendous level of quality we have achieved on the Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and PC. It's a process of building up towards our goals, not scaling down, and we're proud to say that we have reached those goals on all SKUs. At no point have we decided to reduce the ambitions of any SKU. All benefited from fully dedicated of all of our available optimization resources to help them reach the level of quality we have today and the core of Assassin's Creed Unity's experience.
Well, now based on that quote, apparently has nothing to do with lowering, it has nothing to do with not disappointing fans or whatever. It's got everything to do with just what they were capable of doing.
Yeah, which they didn't really talk about lowering the specs so much. They're talking about like, okay, there's they did it, like they made the games to the full potential, but is that really true now? Like now there's going to be a lot of comparison videos that'll show it. I just feel like it shouldn't be that way. I mean, I always have to compare it to the Sega Nintendo Wars, where there was two of the same games released on two different systems that look completely different, and both of them were either good or bad in their own unique way.
Yeah, and
I mean, different button layouts, different graphics, different everything, but sometimes there was one game better than the other, sometimes it wasn't. Sometimes both games are bad, sometimes both games are good.
Yeah, no, I definitely... I've kind of changed my mind on this, actually. If your system can handle the better graphic, why not make it better graphics on that system?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Maybe I don't disagree with you anymore.
Because that's the thing. I mean, maximize... if that was the thing, always... And this is the weirdest type of generation of video games, only because there shouldn't be any reason why this is nerfed or anything was sparked up by any reason whatsoever. It should just... make the best game you can with the best graphics you can. And if it's not going to work out, then just make the best game you can make. I mean, look at what the game that we're talking over, Smash Bros. On the Wii U. I mean, that's not going to have the greatest graphics in the world.
They are really nice, though.
Yeah, they're nice looking, but it's not like it's like 1080p, because it's definitely not going to be 1080p.
No.
At least 720. And it's going to run at 60 frames per second, but who cares? Because it's Smash Bros. We know it's going to be a good quality game, and that's the key of it. It could have been like 30 frames per second on like 480i. Like, I don't care. Like, I would still play it.
Yeah, I definitely would.
Yeah, it doesn't matter to me. But as far as if you're going to just go all out and try to get the best look of a game you can, just go for it. I mean, if not, then just release PC games and just have one console that plays like lower graphic games. Right? There shouldn't be like an even level for both competition. Because what's the point of the competition then? Why have two different consoles that could play that you're going to make the game exactly the same for?
It's a good point.
Yeah.
I guess it's just which company wants to make more money.
Yeah, that's true. Well, either way, they're gonna make money. But if they wanted to make the most money, and you know what, I'll continue that point after I go in this story. Because if they wanted to make money, they should just do something else, and I'll talk about that. Because Call of Duty now, last gen Call of Duty buyers, if you get the new Call of Duty, which is, I'm talking to the people who own a PS3 and an Xbox 360. When you buy the digital version of Advanced Warfare, you will also get a PS4 or Xbox One, depending which console you have, a version as well. It applies to all the DLC. You could get the DLC, whatever, everything, and everything you might, and anything you do in that game will transfer over to the newer consoles. And they have this deal from when you buy the game up until March 2015.
which is pretty good.
Yeah,
I like that.
And it's just like, okay, at this point, just kill the system. Why are you making the game?
I feel like this is more for the kids, or not, probably the kids, but for the people who get the game when it comes out, and then they would get like they don't have the new system, but like maybe it's a kid, and the parent is gonna get the kid the system for holiday.
But obviously, the newer systems aren't selling that great. I mean, they are apparently, but I mean, if you're still going to make games for the older consoles, like there's got to be a cutoff. We talked about this in the show before, the cutoff. Like Nintendo's already killed the Wii. I mean, it's technically dead, but you can still play the Wii within a Wii U. But
they're not making games for the Wii. No. Everything's coming out for the Wii U now.
No, yeah. So except for I think Skylanders or Disney Infinity still for Wii, but whatever. Besides that, but if you want to maximize your money on the newer consoles and you want to sell this newer generation of console as like the next best thing,
just stop producing games for your older console, and people will be forced to move up.
And that's the thing about money. They're afraid of losing money. It's like, if you're afraid of losing money, then you should have made a better console, in all honesty, because these consoles already have old graphics, and people know this already. And this is the first console generation where these specs on these consoles aren't impressing anybody. Like, they are to people who don't care about PCs. And even if they don't, if they look at someone playing the PC version of that same game, they have to be blown away by the graphics.
Well, PC is and will always be master race.
Yeah.
I say this because I'm a PC gamer, and I always feel this way. Mm-hmm. But PC's always been ahead of console. Mm-hmm. It's just how it is.
Yeah.
And if I want to upgrade if I want to upgrade my graphics, I don't have to wait until the next thing to come out. I can just go to the store, change my chip.
Yeah.
And then better graphics.
Depending on the motherboard, too, and everything else. But
you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, but
all I do is just change my chip, and I've got better graphics than instead of having to wait 3 years for the next best thing to come out for it to change just a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing, too. PC gamers think that, or at least some of the newbie ones think that, it comes down to, or like once you buy your PC and you hook it up, it's like, oh, it's already old. It's like, not really. If it can still handle the best graphics out there at the moment, I mean, who cares? I mean, if you could hold it down for at least a year or two, that's fine. And even if you have to upgrade for like $100-something, that's better than having to buy a console that's $300-400.
Yeah.
That doesn't even have the same exact, doesn't even have this, that has the same exact graphics that you got from your previous card, like that type of thing, your previous system,
I'll always stand behind my PC.
And but that's the thing. This is I don't know if this is going to be the last generation of consoles before maybe like Microsoft or Sony or even Nintendo goes into PC-like consoles where you upgrade yourself versus having to buy a console every couple of years. And that would make more sense for the market in my eyes.
That would make more sense, but that would also be a lot more complication.
Not really. If you simplify it?
Not really, because then you'd have to then say, all right, well, who's going to make the chips for the upgrading? Mm-hmm. Is Microsoft going to produce every single chip? Because you're going to have people who are like, whoa, you're going to have a third party coming in and be like, well, I'm going to sell the same chip as Microsoft for less, so buy mine, even though it's third market. Mm-hmm. So the Microsoft will be losing money there too.
Well, I don't know, because if it all, I think, varies on the Steam box. But let me go back to the point of, like, at this point, the graphics are already behind. Like and that's the first generation that's been like that. Where before, even if you go back to the NES, Super Nintendo, it was a big upgrade. Sega Master System to Sega Genesis, a major upgrade. Going from the Sony PlayStation, which was a major upgrade even from the previous generations that were around at the time. The Nintendo 64, which is also an upgrade. Depending on who you ask, some people think the PlayStation had better graphics, but Nintendo, 64 was still pretty good. PlayStation 2 was another major upgrade in graphics. It just got better and better and better. And now we're kind of at this standstill where the graphics got slightly better.
Well, I think we're also at a point where how much better can it get? Because they already look already look close enough to real life.
Yeah.
So I don't think it can get much better unless they actually pop out of the TV and they're sitting on the couch with you. So I don't know how much better it's going to get.
Like, that's why I think that the PC gaming would have to, like, the PC-like gaming has to start happening, because the Steam box has to be good. If not, then, because the Steam box has a benefit of, okay, you buy an expensive PC gaming console, but you get to play all these games, DRM or not DRM, depending on how you are. I mean, even if you have a Windows system, you have not, like, DRM-free gaming. I mean, you still get the same exact games that are on Steam, just minus Steam. But even if you wanted to go down that road, you could still update your console. You could still upgrade your Steam box.
Yeah.
And if one of the major companies goes down that route, it should benefit the gaming industry, because now you can get consoles maybe for more expensive, maybe even cheaper. You have like different bundles, but everybody still plays the same game, that type of thing. And it's just like, okay, if you can't afford the high-end graphics, but you still like good quality gaming, all right, this version of our system has that low end, but still good enough graphics where you still get to enjoy the gameplay and still get to play with others online. And then you have the ones that want to spend $1,000 on it and go, here's the highest end stuff for our games.
Well, I think we're a little more than 1,000. But
yeah.
You know, yeah, no, I agree with that. I think we're gonna get to a point where you physically cannot upgrade graphics anymore.
Yeah, I think we're hitting a point where we're gonna hit like a plateau in gaming, where it's just like how better can the graphics get? Because I mean, we went from little pixels to like 1,000 bajillion pixels in one thing that makes like, you know, real life.
A fingernail.
Yeah, exactly.
It's crazy. No, it definitely is.
And it's just like how much better can you get? Like, what's the next level? Is there a next level?
I told you the next level is having him sit on the couch with you.
Virtual reality.
Maybe, but I think virtual reality. I've never seen the virtual. Like, I haven't put a helmet on to see what it actually looks like. But
yeah.
I don't know what those graphics look like, so I can't tell you if they're like. Maybe we might have to go start all over, start from the bottom, the pixelized going over the top.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't know. I think we've reached the point of the graphics aren't going to get any better, so now it's just upgrading specs as far as
what can it handle,
and stuff, what it can handle, how much, you know, before your TV explodes.
Either that, or we have to improve our online play before everything else. Because really, it's like at this point, you can concentrate on graphics all you want, but then if people want to play online only, you kind of have to improve that too. Yeah, but that's a whole other issue for a whole other day.
Yes.
So moving on to the other consoles, because they're still on both. Because we're speaking of Call of Duty anyway. There's an analyst that's expecting the sales of Call of Duty to decline. We don't really talk about analysts this much, but I did want to bring this interesting point because I see it. I see it around us, and I see how the feeling of people and how they feel about the new Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. And this guy had broke it down. His name is Stern AG. He said that Advanced Warfare will sell 3 million units less than Ghosts. So this analyst expects Advanced Warfare to sell about 17 million. I mean, that's still a good number.
Still a good number.
But we see it around us. We have a lot of our mutual friends and even my coworkers and stuff don't like this new Call of Duty. They don't like the look of it. They don't like what it has to offer. They don't like anything about it.
Yeah.
I mean, we've seen it, like, you know, from some of our friends itself.
I've never been a Call of Duty player anyway. You know, I played, I think I have 2 Call of Duty games ever, and I think they are Modern Warfare and Modern Warfare 2.
Yeah.
I didn't play anything else.
Like, I haven't played
And I didn't even play them that much. I played a little bit of Modern Warfare 2. I played a little bit of Modern Warfare, but I was never like, oh, I love Call of Duty, guys. Like, I think Call of Duty is one of the most boring games ever.
Like, I never really played the Call of Duties. I have them, but I just have to find a time to play and just to see what the whole hoopla was about. But I don't think it was mainly about the campaign. I think it was mostly about the the multiplayer, which is kind of like,
Yeah.
But I don't know. I mean, I still have to check it out. I do think, though, out of all these Call of Duties, I think Advanced Warfare is actually a refreshing new look at Call of Duty, where, you know, a lot of the last ones have been like the same old shit. This one just seems to be very interesting.
That's what Call of Duty players like. The same old shit.
Oh, so, and that's the feeling that we have. I think it's just because it's something new. People are like, no, I want the same old. I don't want this shit.
I just want an updated version. I want the Madden of Call of Duties to come out. Come on, like
basically.
I don't know. I just don't see what the big thing about Call of Duty is. I think it's just time to end.
Yeah.
End Call of Duty. Hashtag end Call of Duty.
Hashtag end Call of Duty. That's what I'm going to subject this on the timestamp. Hashtag end Call of Duty. Oh, man. So going on for the two console thing again, I don't know if you've seen this. I've seen a couple of my coworkers talk about this because they're big NBA 2K15 fans. You know exactly where I'm going with this. So people have tried out this facial feature thing that NBA 2K has to offer, where you use your face, you scan it, and it makes your supposedly very accurate, player that looks like yourself.
No.
Yeah, it doesn't look like that at all. It looks awful.
No.
Or maybe some aliens, maybe some monster-looking beings. It's just, I just showed Steve a quick little snapshot.
This dude has a melted face. Some of these dudes' faces are like melted, they're shifted. It's awful.
Yeah, this guy has 2 mouths. I don't know if you see this one. Yeah, this one's pretty bad. Apparently, this isn't working that well.
It looks horrible.
Yeah, they might have to fix that or just like not even do anything at all.
And what's funny is that I don't know. I think they've done not this specific case, but Nintendo 3DS has facial recognition.
Yeah,
for the Mii for creating Miis and stuff.
And the Wii U does too.
Right, and they do. So I've used it because I was lazy when I had to make my Mii for my street passes. So I was like, whatever, scan my face and let's do this. And it came out with something that looks pretty much as close as you're gonna get to a Mii version of Mii.
I actually agree with that. I see it. It's like, dude, he made a pretty good Mii of himself. Like
exactly.
I have a pretty good look at Mii of myself.
I think the only thing I changed was the hair. Because it had me with like this weird hairstyle, and I was like, all right. It had the little chip, the little chip in there. I was like, that's weird. I'm definitely not. It's not my hairstyle. So I changed my hair to the spiky hairstyle because it's the coolest one. And other than that, I didn't change a thing. And it looks like me. So
it does. I'm not
as far as Mii goes, it looks like me.
Yeah, like my Mii looks like me, but that's because I had to make him myself. Like I tried doing the picture thing just to see what it would look like, and it looks awful every time. It just doesn't look right like me. I was just like, you know what? I just make my own. Screw it. I make my own better than myself.
Yeah. So like I said, I guess I was lucky. I was lucky that it recognized my face. Maybe it's racist. Maybe it only does white people. Maybe that's why. Because these ones, there's all black guys.
I think there's a mix in there. Is there? Yes, there is.
The ones I looked at, the ones that were really, really bad were all happened to be like black
dark-skinners. Yeah, but you know what it is too? It's just the fact of I don't know, man. It just doesn't read anybody's face at all. Maybe like the darker your skin tone, like the more it can't read it. Probably. Maybe you need better lighting.
It's racist. I told you it's racist.
I don't know, man. But it's true. Like all these faces are just off. Like here's the best one from here's a white dude.
What? I don't understand. It's like there's
you get like 3 chins and 4 mouths. Like I don't get this.
So bad.
Like, even as a facial recognition thing, how do you end up with 2 mouths and your eyes, like, on 2 different places of your face? Like, I don't get that at all.
That one dude's face actually looked like it was melting.
I don't know. I mean, technology, huh?
We talked about
maybe we should improve in some things and maybe let go of some things in the future.
Let some things go, or just maybe don't use it until you know it works.
Yeah.
Who pre-tested this and was like, this'll work fine, just leave it. Just let it go.
I know. How did this pass testing? You're absolutely right. How did this pass testing?
I bet you they probably did like one person. It came out okay. Like, I guess it works. And they didn't realize that maybe the test is a couple hundred times to make sure it works.
Yeah.
Oh my God. That was funny as hell.
Random game time. You heard of the new game Shadow of Mordor?
I do.
It looks like a very interesting, cool-looking game. I noticed that it doesn't have the title Lord of Rings in it.
Lord of the Rings,
which I thought it was a Lord of the Rings game. I was like, Shadow of Mordor, why does it sound like a Lord of the Rings? Oh, because it is.
Because it is.
But it's not, and it's rated M, which was another thing that threw me off. But we're not talking about the rating of it, but we're talking about the rating, actually. Screw that. I felt like it was weird that it got an M rating, even though none of the movies are rated R. It's just, I guess, weird.
I guess they're trying to break into a mature audience.
Yeah, and this is really what it is. It's the fact that they didn't use the Lord of the Rings title in Shadows of Mordor because it wasn't a legal thing. Like, they had every right to use it. But they just said, this is a quote from Bob Roberts. He's the lead designer of Middle-earth Shadow of Mordor. He said, "One of our goals from the beginning was not to make it a movie game. Not just to rehash the same events over again. So just trying to make the best game we can and making it clear that it's its own thing. It's its own story. It's its own experience."
Right. So which if you had put the Lord of the Rings title on it, some people would associate it completely with Lord of the Rings and like, oh, it's going to be a Lord of the Rings game. Yeah, like they didn't want it to be that. They wanted it to be something else.
Or another shitty movie game.
Right. Which I hate movie games. I think they're dumb.
Yeah. They talk about video games that are now made into movies. Games that are made from movies are also just as bad. So maybe it's a good trade-off.
Yeah.
Something cool that Square did. Remember we talked about the 4 main characters for Final Fantasy 15 and people photoshopped...
the scene where they're sitting in the car looking at something in the McDonald's drive-thru and stuff.
Yeah, and then people photoshopped it. Square did something really... really cool. Like, I'd never expected this from Square. They released a high-res, not one, but a few high-res photos of just the characters in the car, but with a white background screen, so you can Photoshop whatever the hell you want with it. And it's not only just one photo; it's a few different ones.
That's awesome. awesome.
Yeah, and I think that's pretty cool of Square. Like they know, and they're just like,
they're acknowledging what's going on.
Yeah, so here's like one just the regular, and then there's one with the waving or trying to touch, and of course, there's, and then there's one just driving away, and there's many photoshops of it already. I think the high res is actually pretty cool that Square did this and allowed their fans to do that. Like
Godzilla.
yeah, I know it's racist, Godzilla. Like really, the cat one I thought was cool, just touching the whiskers.
Petting the cat.
Yeah, he's petting the cat. Not that it was pretty. I thought it was pretty cool of Square to do that. I mean, I don't think a lot of companies are down when they're just like, oh man, they're photoshopping stuff. Like, oh, but this Square's like, yeah, you know what? Have fun with it. Here's a high res thing.
That's funny. I think it's great.
Yeah,
I like it.
I think it's great too.
I think it's also good on their PR too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, especially for Final Fantasy. They need all the PR for Final Fantasy 15.
all the support they can get.
Yeah. Here's a random thing. The entire Banjo-Kazooie soundtrack is on the internet. It's on Bandcamp.
Bandcamp?
Yeah. It's basically a site that you can share music on.
Oh wow, I never would have guessed.
Yeah, I know. I guess I don't know. It's basically like I don't know. It's just a blog. It's on Bandcamp, and it's basically the guy who owns the rights to this music. He just put the entire soundtrack of Banjo-Kazooie, stuff that's like not even in the game, some test music and everything. And basically, this is not. I'm not talking about just a few kind of tracks here and there. 164 tracks.
That's a lot of music.
Kind of funny that it's 64, but
and I love like 8-bit music. Well, it's not really 8-bit. It's like 64-bit music, technically, Steve. But
yeah, but it's actually still pretty good
no,
music.
I like music from that era, that time, like Mario Kart music and stuff. And Donkey Kong 64 music was pretty good.
Yeah, I actually still want to play. I've never got the opportunity to play Donkey Kong 64. But I heard that was pretty good. But Donkey Kong Country itself, the music's pretty good. Even the newer Donkey Kong Country's music is really good.
Yeah, definitely.
But just the fact that this is being offered on the website, which we'll share, it's a name your own price thing. So you do have to pay for it, but you can pay whatever you want, whether it be like a penny to whatever.
However much you think it's worth.
Yeah, in all honesty, I love it for free, but this guy, put it out there. I mean, not a lot of people do it. Why not give a little something? I haven't yet, but
I didn't buy it, but if I did, I would throw in some money.
How selfish is it? I didn't do it, but
Well, I just found out about it yesterday, and I have time.
Yeah,
maybe there's that. Yeah, maybe I'll go home tonight and I'll do it.
Yeah,
I will for $5.
I will want to do it because the soundtrack to that game was really cool, and the game itself is awesome. It was very much a Mario 64 clone, but it was much better than that.
Yeah, I liked Banjo-Kazooie.
Hell yeah. And now we're talking about another huge video game collection that's up for sale. It's not as big as the other one that was in upstate New York, which is sold, and we never really found out whatever happened to that. But here's another one that has a ton of like old school and like mostly Nintendo games, a very few Sega games. It's listed on a Google Doc spread, and this person's trying to sell it for $164,000. He has 835 NES games. Majority of them are licensed. He actually has some unlicensed games, homebrew games, and variants of games like with different screws on them and stuff like that. He does have some SNES games. He has some GameCube games, 784 GameCube games to be exact. He has some box sets of them and everything, and demo discs of them. He also has some Sega Master System games and a lot of other games.
Well, I had some demo discs too. It's not that big of a deal. You got demo discs with like other purchases and stuff.
Yeah. Oh, dude. I actually have one of the. I wanted to buy one of the other Zelda game discs that came out. Like there was I had bought from GameStop before they stopped selling GameCube games the Master Quest because I really wanted to play Master Quest. I bought that for some ridiculous price, but it was worth owning it. But there was another one that had Zelda 1, Zelda 2, and I think what was the game? The big one, Majora's Mask on it as well. That was actually pretty cool, but I never got to buy that game. I did want to buy that one.
Yeah. Majora's Mask was 64.
No, they re-released it for GameCube.
I'm pretty sure that was 64.
Yeah, it was, and they re-released it for GameCube.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Huh.
Mm-hmm.
Today I learned they released Majora's Mask for GameCube.
But I think it came with some sort of something. I forgot what it came with. It came with something, and it was something rare, and I think that's why it sold for a lot of money too. I didn't buy it because I was like, Majora's Mask, I have it for the card. I have the cartridge of it. I have Zelda 1 and 2, whatever. Now I'm just kind of regretting it because it's like, shit, I should have really got that. That's a cool thing to just own.
Yeah.
So I don't know whoever's gonna sell it. Hopefully they'll put it to good use. In all honesty.
Cool.
Hey, talk about video game movies.
So no.
There's gonna be an Angry Birds movie. There's already a cast for it.
Yeah, this.
Yeah, there's already cast like Peter Dinklage, Jason Sudeikis, and Maya Rudolph are in this movie.
Okay.
Also, Danny McBride and Bill.
I like Danny McBride. I think he's pretty funny.
Bill Hader, which I think is amazing.
I like Bill Hader too.
And Keegan Michael Key from Key and Peele is also in the movie.
I like him as well.
I don't know. Like, I mean, I think the Angry Birds fad's already passed, but the movie's gonna come out, and it's just like
looks like a banana.
Dude, that's exactly.
He looks like a banana.
My girlfriend and I were talking about like, dude, why is the yellow bird look like a banana? Like the Angry Birds don't even look like their round little selves. They have legs and stuff now. It looks like they're trying to be a ripoff of the good pigeons,
or like Rio or something.
Yeah, it just looks like a ripoff at this point.
I mean, I guess you can have some kind of story with this.
What, that the pigs are taking over their town and they're going to war?
Well, the pigs steal their eggs, man.
Yeah. So what they're gonna like slingshot each other the whole
they're
movie?
Angry.
Like, what is this?
Maybe you don't have the slingshot. Maybe you have like the slingshot aspect in it and a little bit, but like maybe they'll just like fight. I don't know.
Makes more sense than the Tetris movie then, huh?
Yeah, I could see a story for this. I still don't know how they're gonna do it. What's a Tetris movie? That's last week's show. Go check that out.
Yeah, I know.
But just, oh my god.
Oh man. All right. Lightning round.
Lightning sound effects.
Speaking of mobile games, or at least like, that movie, Angry Birds, Segway, whatever.
Okay.
A 15-year-old kid spent about 37,000 euros on gold in a free-to-play game. To estimate that in US dollars, that's 36,381.90 cents. This is for a Game of War Fire Age.
Never even heard of it.
Yeah, I don't even know what that is.
If you're gonna do that, at least make it like Clash of Clans or something.
Yeah, something that's known. Candy Crush, I don't understand, or something. But what the hell is that?
Yeah, it's I don't know, crazy. it's a lot of money for nothing.
Yeah. So the kid actually was buying in-game via his grandfather's credit card. The credit card info was given to him by his mother, who had requested her son's help to buy and download ebooks onto her tablet. So after linking the credit card on the iTunes account, the kid went and spent like all that money on that game. And
wow, what a jerk!
I know. And the mother said that she had never known that he was spending real money.
Wow.
And that's the thing too. And I don't know, it works. I don't know if it works there in Europe, but I know it's definitely going to work here in the U.S. where it's just like they're going to get the money back. Because I mean, there's already people who just like whose kids buy all these games, and they actually had won a lawsuit where they got their money back because it's like, oh, my kid, they didn't know, and it's like, who does that?
I've got a friend who will remain unnamed.
Oh boy.
Who he has in a game that also remains unnamed has spent real money, and then he contacted the company and said, hey, my kid went on the game and bought all kinds of stuff that I didn't approve of. So the company gave him his money back, but didn't take away the stuff that was bought.
Oh, wow.
So he got basically a bunch of free stuff in this pay-to-win game.
What a dick. I'm sorry, but like, how do you do that on purpose? I would understand people who just like, but then again, I don't even understand the people who do that. Like now, that's why there's kids mode on a phone now, so kids don't just start touching things and spend all your money on a game. Like,
well, apparently this kid did it deliberately.
Yeah, this is such a dick move. Like, really?
I spent 39,000 euros on a game. Are you joking me? That's messed up.
You know what though? I bet you there's more people who do that too. Like people who, oh, I have a kid that spent all my money on this game. Can I get my money back? It's like, you have a kid? Like they probably don't even have a kid or something. Like, I don't know. I feel like this is a new scammy type of thing that they're doing.
Well.
It's almost like the identity thief.
For some people it works.
Almost like the identity thief thing where like someone that's supposed, like, I don't know if people still do this, but there's people who are like, oh, well, I didn't buy that even though they did. Like that type of thing. That's what it sounds like. But it's even worse because you could just blame it on your kid.
Yeah, right.
Like, you're a dick.
Damn.
It's
like that's like that. That's like a criminal charge.
Yeah, I believe so at this point. It's like fraud.
Fraud. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. It's fraud.
Yeah,
it's fraud.
It is. Thankfully, you don't keep close ties with that kid.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I don't know.
Apple, speaking of Apple, because, that kid spent all that stuff from iTunes, Apple wants to kill your emulators. So people who had emulators, whatever emulators from consoles and whatnot on their iPhones, that's going to be killed as of iOS 8.1.
Okay.
So if you were emulating games on your iPhone, too bad. Tough shit.
I personally still have all my original Game Boy systems and my original Game Boy games and whatnot, so I don't need to emulate anything.
Yeah, I don't really
I plug in my cartridges.
I only want to emulate whatever it is on my computer because, I have a computer behind my TV in the living room.
There's that, too.
Because you know what it is? It's in the living room of my TV, so instead of having to connect to everything, I just have that. Or I could
your laptop/computer is not that mobile. I'm just saying, how easy would it be to just pick up your phone and be like, oh, I'm going to play Pokemon on my phone and just...
Yeah, I don't see the sense of that because there's no buttons. I would rather play it...
No, but there are buttons.
Yeah, the touchscreen buttons.
Yeah.
It's still a touchscreen. I need buttons.
But still, it's set up like a Game Boy on your phone.
Yeah, no, that's not the same thing. It's not the same thing.
I agree with you. I'm saying I...
No. Now, what are you saying?
No, I don't remember what I was saying. Cut me off. No, yeah, I still have my original stuff, so I agree with you. Don't throw your things out.
Yeah, and not only that, if you're gonna emulate it in a touchscreen phone, you're a dick. Because in all honesty, I feel like you need buttons. Like, how are you accurately moving in a game? I don't know. I just don't like the touchscreen buttons thing. Call me old, whatever the hell you want to say.
I like my buttons.
Yeah, even though I remember watching one of those kid video things where it's just like, oh, the kids look at a Game Boy or kids look at NES. That those series where kids look at old technology. And I believe one of them was looking at a Game Boy, and they were just like, "Why are there buttons?" And that just made my heart sink because I was like,
"Do they not have a 3DS or something?"
No, a lot of these kids just have phones. That's a lot of kids' games nowadays.
I mean, like my little cousin, he's 5. He's got one of these. He's got a 3DS. He knows what buttons are.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah,
Stop it.
But you know what it is? Phones are easier access for games than an actual console like the Vita and the...
They are, and that's why I said it would be easy just, pick up your phone and emulate a game on it.
Mm-hmm.
So, basically we're getting at is your emulators are dying on Apple.
Good.
Good.
Get the real consoles. But then again, too, I mean, buying emulation on the consoles are just as good, in all honesty. I have, 2 of the Zelda games that were released on Game Boy, even though I have them. But I bought them on a 3DS because I know I never had a chance to play them on the Game Boy Color. But as long as I could play my 3DS, I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
But I still refuse to buy Game Boy Advance games on my Wii U. That's just dumb. I'm not doing it. I'm refusing. I'm boycotting that. Not buying into it. Nintendo, release it on the 3DS. That's a handheld console. End of story.
Yeah.
So Eco Partners reports that the Kickstarter is in decline. They've noticed that from last year to this year, the Kickstarters have raised far less than in 2014. Let's do a comparison. Number of projects funded, video game wise. That not everything else, but video game wise. Last year it had 446 funded games. In the first half of 2014, because the study was done in the first 6 months of this year, 175.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's not a lot. I mean, that's considerably less.
Yeah.
And I think it's because everyone saw the hardship that came along with the other games.
Mm-hmm.
You put money into these Kickstarters, and a lot of them failed.
Yeah. And some of them has been successful, and then they never delivered. That Ujwa, or the whatever the freak you call that game.
The Rubik's Cube thing.
The Rubik's Cube thing. That's what it's called.
But basically, it's like,
it failed so badly, but people put so much money into it because they thought it was something good that was going to happen.
You're putting a lot of money into this stuff, and then either most of it just gets canceled, or that doesn't work out the way they want to, so they cancel it. And then sometimes you get your money back, other times you don't.
Yeah, the guy who was generous. He was an author. He tried to make a video game that was based on real swordplay. It failed in itself, and he said, "You know what? I'm sorry, guys. Here's your money back." That type of thing. And then there's Mighty Number 9, which everybody and their mom supported because it's basically Mega Man, and people are like, Mega Man!
And it's coming out.
Super fighting robot.
And it's coming out.
Yes, it is. And that's the thing, too. And that's a success story. And it better be a good goddamn game. That's all
it looks pretty good. From what I've seen, it looks great.
Mm-hmm. So hopefully that'll go through. And I know there's been a lot of indie games that we're not mentioning that have been successful, that have been released on Steam and been Steam green light or whatever the case may be. Even the Oculus Rift was on Kickstarter, but then I got bought up by Facebook. So and people felt insulted by that because people wanted their money back. Because like, yeah, since you got bought out, I don't support you anymore now. So where's my money?
You know, give it back.
Yeah. And then
it's just that restating my point that, you know, there's been so many failures that people are just, I guess, tired of funding failures.
Yeah, I mean, at least hope. I mean, but that gives some sort of shitty hope for some of the futures. Because what if there's someone that really had a great idea for a really good video game, didn't really like either had some sort of knowledge of how to make a video game, or you know had the knowledge but doesn't have enough money to make it, or doesn't have the crew to make it.
That's why you have to prove why you deserve it.
Yeah,
you know, there are people who go on there and say, "Yeah, I got this good idea for a really cool game. I kind of took computer science once, and I kind of know what I'm doing. Fund me, I'll learn." And then they clearly suck.
Yeah, that's been the basis of webcomics, like from Dorkly. I remember the ones that are just like, you know, come up with an idea of a game and, you know, make a reasonable price for it, like step 1, and then step 2 it's like, haha, just kidding, just make some sort of ridiculous claim and try to overachieve your goal by like $30,000 or something like that. And then also that episode of South Park where it's just like it's a big fat lie and, you know, go
fund yourself.
Go fund yourself happens. So yeah, I mean, I guess it's tearing down for Kickstarter as far as for gaming. I don't know about the other stuff. I never really.
Maybe other stuff is still working out.
Yeah, who knows? And then one last thing, Disney did something really random. They released 20 games on Steam.
Really bad games on Steam. You forgot the bad part.
Yeah, I mean, I heard Epic Mickey was good.
Right, there's Epic Mickey.
But let's go through the titles. Let's go through all the titles. Alice in Wonderland, which I didn't know was a game. Winnie the Pooh and the Honey Tree animated storybook. That sounds like a wonderful game. I don't know what you're laughing at.
A wonderful game for a 3-year-old.
Yeah, because Disney knows how to play.
3-year-olds are on Steam, totally.
Yeah. Disney knows their audience. Cars 2, the video game, which that sounds great.
My cousin has that. He's 5.
I mean, how is it for real?
I don't know. I've never played it.
Oh, dude, I would have thought you would see him play it.
No.
Oh, dude. I mean,
I know he has it. I've never played it. I've never seen him play it. I don't care.
He probably just doesn't even want to play it. It's like, thanks, Ma. Nah,
he loves cars, man.
Yeah, but
he's 5.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know, but would a good game still be bad? Would a bad game still be bad when you're young?
No. No, I feel like I had a lot of bad games as a kid. I thought they were great, and now that I've played them when I'm older, just like, oh wow, I remember that game. I played them like, wow, this game sucked.
I think a lot of the games I played were good, but I don't know. I think I've mostly stuck with good games, and I knew when bad games were bad games. Like, what's one that, like, Balls? There was a fighting game called Balls, and that sounded cool in concept, but it was a really not that great of a game. I'm
sure I had a bunch of Nintendo 64 games that I thought were cool that just weren't.
Yeah, there was a ton of like NES and like SNES games that were out there.
I've also always been really picky about my games too.
Me too. I've been exactly that way. But I know if I want a game, it's gonna have to be a good game. Like when I was younger, I never had my parents buy me a bad game. Like I love every single game that my parents have got me, and it's never been bad.
I can't agree with that.
Oh yeah.
I've either myself or I've told someone to get me a game, and it's turned out to not be as good as I want it to be.
Oh man, that sucks. No, a lot of the games I got were good. But going on for Disney, there's Cars Toon, Mater's Tall Tales, The Chronicles of Narnia, Prince Caspian, which that sounds like a classic.
Yeah. Classic.
Disney Planes. That sounds like another classic right there.
That game probably just came out because that movie just came out.
Yeah. No, there was a Planes. There was like a different Planes though. There's different versions of planes
with the faces and stuff.
Yeah. And
that movie came out after Cars.
Yeah, like what?
That movie came out like a couple months ago, I thought.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. Whatever. I thought it came out a while before that. Disney Princess, My Fairy Tale Adventure. Fairies, Tinkerbell's Adventures.
Oh boy, I can't wait to play that one.
Tangled.
I love that movie.
I'd never seen it. I got to check that out.
I mean, as far as Disney movies go, that's all right. I like some Disney movies.
Well, I mean, come on.
If I had to pick my favorite like Disney princess movie, it's probably Tangled, just because of Flynn Rider. He's a jokester.
So you like all the Disney princesses? You
No,
you have all the
no,
collections
stop
you
it.
love?
I didn't say that. I said Tangled was good. You can screw off with anything else.
Oh man, no, but out of all the movies, really, just Tangled. Even out of all Disney movies, even
No,
after
no,
Lion
I
King,
said
Aladdin.
other princess ones.
All right,
And ones
gotcha.
that involve a princess, it's probably Tangled.
Gotcha.
I clearly have like Toy Story and stuff
okay.
way above that.
Yeah, gotcha. Just want to clarify for people.
Yeah,
and
no,
for
no,
myself.
No, it's still. I mean, I wouldn't say it's low on the list, but
Mhm.
you know, it's not high on the list.
Gotcha. Disney Universe is on there. Disney Pixar's Brave, the video game. Epic Mickey 2, we already talked about that. G-Force, which I actually heard was a pretty good game, apparently.
As far as being a video game, maybe.
Yeah, as far as a video game.
G-Force, that's the hamsters, right?
Oh no, I'm confusing it with another game. It's like this jet ski game, and I forgot what the hell it's called. But I heard it's on this list, and it's actually a pretty cool game.
G-Force is those hamsters.
Oh, that sounds like a great game too.
No.
Pirates of the Caribbean. Oh, Lego Pirates of the Caribbean, the video game.
Oh, Lego, that changes everything.
Yeah. Pirates of the Caribbean at World's End.
Is it still Lego?
Yeah, nope.
Nope.
Pirates of the Caribbean at World's End. Princess and the Frog. Pure. Split Second, which I think might be that game I was talking about, but whatever. Toy Story 3, the video game. Toy Story Mania. And then Tron Evolution, which I heard was just an absolute shit of a game.
Hey, whatever. Epic Mickey 2's on there, guys.
I mean, people like Epic Mickey.
Yeah, I had never played it.
Neither have I. So who do you judge, man?
No, I've seen Epic Mickey be played, and it didn't look that horrible. But I've never seen or played 2.
So that's it for our podcast. We had a lot to discuss. We had
did.
Smash. We played Smash.
It's a rather long episode.
Hell yeah. And we have video to eventually show you guys.
Yeah, well, hopefully that works out.
Yeah, I know. Hopefully that'll work out. It should.
And it sucks that we didn't get to play
that first game. That first game I think was more epic than
the first game was way better than the second game.
Well, the
and
second
I'm
game
so
I kept
mad
it
that
close.
you didn't save it.
Well, you saved the games more, dude.
well, what am I gonna do? Send you the replay?
Yeah.
I don't know how to do that.
We just record it. Yeah.
Either way, that game was amazing.
Yeah.
We're gonna hang on to that audio, so maybe we'll just upload as audio one day. Whatever.
Yeah. Who knows? Yeah. Just hear our grunts in the background.
No, well, you hear the sound effects of the game going on.
Yeah, but that's not compared to the game. Who wants to watch the sounds?
I was also doing some really good color commentary about when I would whop you.
Yeah, you did.
Because I was playing King DDD, so I was wobbing him with my jet propelled.
Still mad you caught me
hammer.
with that.
That's how I ended the game too. I caught him with the jet.
Yeah, you were so hyped. You just continued.
I was like,
you didn't even press save.
That's how I said. I was like, I'm ending this game with the jet hammer.
Yeah. So you can follow us on Twitter.
Yeah, you can. We're on Twitter at 2BrokeGamersPod with the number 2.
Yeah, and we also have our blog that'll eventually be worked on. It's not just our intro page. Yeah, at some point in life when I actually not get hours anymore at one of my jobs. Yeah, but that website where we worked on, 2 Broke Gamers, which is still the number 2, 2BrokeGamersPodcast.wordpress.com. Follow our personal Twitters. I'm at Terrick with that's misspelled TEH_Rick.
And I am Steve B. Agilism. It's AGILISM, because I need to spell that out every single time.
Yeah, because people will be listening and know their way soon.
Because no one knows what an agilism is. I made it up.
Oh, your agilism. I don't know.
No, but except that agile has an E at the end, and I took the E out and put ism.
Bam.
Bang.
Well, when people are listening in the other medium in this near future, hopefully, people will know the real truth. And also like us on YouTube, subscribe, all that stuff.
Yeah, our videos. Check us out.
And follow us. Thank you guys for listening, and we'll see you all next week with, even better stuff for our 20th show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.